What's up, Tater Tots? It's your girl Tati, back at it with another 12 Days of Slay, and today is number 8 out of 12. We are doing a college survival guide, and we're also going to be doing a kind of how I did my makeup in high school type of a look. It's going to be a very natural, cute look that you probably saw in the thumbnail. So we're going to just get right into it. As you can see, my brows are already done. I did my brows because, first of all, I cannot do my brows how I used to do them when I was younger, just because my hair is colored. I don't have any product that really matches the, thing of my brows. So instead of doing that, I just conceal my brows with a little concealer, and we left it at that. The eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Rose in the Air palette. Is well loved. This is like, I think, full of shades that I would like lean towards. So I'm going to just go in with this and start on my eyes. The first thing that I would do is give me a blending brush. So I'm going to take my AOA Studios E130 brush. I'm going to put this in my crease. And I'm using this brown shade. I'm using this brownish reddish shade right here. So the first thing of freshman year, let me tell y'all the first piece of advice that I ever got when I was going to school. I went to Prairie View A&M University, by the way, and the first piece of advice I got was that everybody knows, don't get into a relationship, and everybody knows everybody. So basically, your freshman year, don't get into a relationship your freshman year. Really just, explore your options, get adjusted to college, get to know yourself, and then date. And I think that is so important. And then everybody knows everybody. It's literally like that because your college, at least for Prairie View, it's like a small town. It's like ain't nothing but Prairie View. So everybody's gonna know everybody. And I feel like if you stay at the same college for all 4 years, like I did, by the end of college, everybody literally knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. So you want to be careful with who you intertwine with, especially relation wise, because you never know when them two people are going to end up either know each other or end up knowing each other, and it just causes a big mess. The next thing that I would say, and the main thing that I would say, my biggest piece of advice is to stay focused on your grades. Stay focused on your grades. Your grades are the most important. I think that it is so good to start off strong, and then maybe fall off, because at least you have a cushion. It's way easier to use your GPA as a cushion than to build your GPA up from, falling down already. And it's a lot less discouraging. Now, you're going to hate that your GPA failed, but it's not going to cause you as much panic as trying to rise it up. My last piece of advice for freshmen would be to take advantage of your freshman resources. In college is literally catered to freshmen, from financial aid to tutoring services to even events on campus. I think that is much more catered to freshmen. They get you much more adjusted. They're much more open to like work with you and have mentorship programs. I know with Prairie View, we have PALs that get you started off like with mentorship. A lot of the tutoring starts off with like introductory classes, so you'll be teaching like lower levels for tutoring. So really take advantage of all of those resources. Really appreciate the people who are going to be working with you. Take into account what they're teaching you. Like, okay, for a lot of freshmen, you don't have visitation on like finals or midterms, but you should have people in your room for final and midterms. Like, think of it like that. Like, don't think of it as a punishment. Think of it getting you adjusted to college and really helping you to have discipline. Don't think of like not being able to have visitation on the weekends, on weekdays after 11 as a punishment. Think of it as, okay, I have to get adjusted to college, so I probably shouldn't have boys or girls, something like that in my room, having somebody I date in my room. Take advantage of the UC. Do not I would never go back to the UC, but I definitely appreciated having that experience. Most definitely. Would never go back, but it definitely prepared me for the rest of my college, which is sophomore year. And sophomore year, Lord, One of my favorite years of college. Do y'all see how long I've been blending this? Let me go to the next color before we stay on our eyes. Now I'm taking my Wet n Wild bling brush. This is from the Smoky palette. It's a smaller tapered brush. And I'm taking this brown shade and I'm going to put that to deepen my crease. And we're going to move on to sophomore year. So sophomore year is when I would say to join organizations. My freshman year, I didn't really join organizations. I joined one organization, GMC, my second semester of college, of freshman year. But I think that for freshman year, you want to still really get focused. Like, of course, dibble and dabble and see what you're interested in. But I wouldn't really suggest joining 5, 6, 17 different organizations because you're just not getting adjusted to college. I would really just focus on maybe one organization I want to join and have my junior year be where I join and dibble and dabble in all of these different organizations that I think I might like. Look into like all of your interests. And not just organization wise where like, oh, maybe you want to be a pal or maybe you want to be something else. Don't just be thinking about that. Start thinking about school, like grad school that you might want to do in, maybe pageants or competitions that you might want to be interested in. I would say start just thinking about like the prices. What would you have to logically do? Like say you want to do a pageant. How much would a pageant cost you? Do you need any like criteria for that? What is some of those responsibilities that you would have? Maybe start not really applying, but just looking at different grad schools that you might want to do if you want to go to a grad school, or different jobs that you want to work and the requirements for those jobs. What kind of courses do you have to take for those jobs or degrees? Look at into those type of things and make sure that you are keeping up with your advisors, because at this point you move from the UC, and I mean UC advisors weren't that great, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And you get your regular advisor. And your freshman year, you only take about, I would say, 24 to 30 hours. So if you have maybe 1 or 2 wrong classes there, you can catch it. Maybe your major is not even what you want it to be, because I've had that happen before. You have like all these different things that may not be happening the way that you want them to happen, right? So what you do is you make sure that you check with your advisor and keep them and keep yourself on track, and then double check yourself. Don't just go to your advisor and then be like, is everything okay? Look at your degree plan. Look at the things that are on your degree plan. Make sure that they align with, okay, this grad program says I need to have these courses. Does the degree that I have match up with that? My degree says I need these courses. Does the schedule I have right now match up with that? And that is really important. And make sure that you stay on top of that for all of your years, because you want to make sure that you're not doing too many extra courses than what you actually need. You want to make sure that you're using your time in college wisely and preparing for your future, right? I feel like I'm rushing through this makeup look, but it is really because when I did my makeup in college, I was kind of really, especially in the morning, I'm just trying to get stuff on my face. And I also think that for me, I'm trying to make sure I'm saying everything and not wasting too much time. But I didn't think I was going to be done with sophomore and junior already. Like, come on now. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And I am taking a Morphe brush. This is just like a flat brush, and I'm using that for my lid to add that color on my lid. And now we get into junior year. For me personally, junior year was literally the most eventful and just soul searching, and probably one of the worst experiences I had in my college career, because I just had so much going on. But I will say that my junior year is where I made most of my contacts, and I did a lot. And I think that in junior year, you might be a little bit more stressed, but it's because you're adding on more responsibility. I think that junior year is really where you step into your leadership role as a college student. And I think that junior year is when you really start to do your mentorship. I think that I really became more of a mentor my junior year. And I would have definitely preferred to have some, or let me not say prefer, but I would have enjoyed to have some definite like mentees where I was like somebody's actual definite mentor, but I had students under me just being in a leadership position. I think that you basically have some type of mentorship that you are doing. And that's what junior year is about, just really stepping and owning that leadership position. But in doing that, I would say don't forget to delegate. You don't have to do it all by yourself. If you have people helping you, make sure that you are utilizing their help. Do not, please do not stress yourself out trying to do everything yourself. Because I promise you, I have been there, I have done that, and that is all I did. Stress myself out on something that I really didn't have to stress myself out on, because I had adults who are capable of doing their job. And if you don't have adults that are capable of doing their job, guess what you do? Replace them. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of primer on my face because I just got to. I did not start yesterday already? Yeah. I did not really start to get into primer until junior year. I mean, I had primer, of course, but I didn't really start exploring. But so I'm taking my NYX baby skin to just smooth out my skin, because, I just want to add a little something. But that doesn't affect my face too much. It just makes it more smooth. It doesn't really do much more than that. And I'm going to highlight my face. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso. Now, at this point, you have built your resume. You're in a leadership position. You're doing all these things. You're focusing and moving towards, graduation. So I would say start applying for grad schools, or at least start looking at like, okay, these are the grad schools I want to apply to. This is the deadlines. Look at all the deadlines and all of that. Because I could say like your senior year, by that fall, you could be applying to grad schools, making sure that you're doing what you need to do. You don't have to have it all together junior year. That's something that I was like really beating myself about. But I will say have a plan. Have grad schools plan that you want to do. Start fixing your resume. Start looking at how you can fix your application. Get your references in order and all of that, so that when your application is more easy and that you're really just flowing into graduation. Okay, you want to set yourself up to have an easy breezy senior year. My SD card got full. Hopefully this is not too off. Okay, so I'm letting this out. But a pro tip that I would give you all is to make sure that you apply those AP credits, like I said, and to also make sure that by your junior year, you take most of your required courses, or at least those hard courses. So if there's a professor that is really hard and people have to take their class 2, 3, 4 times, take that before your senior year. Don't take that course when you know that you're going to need it for graduation. Because just in case you fail it, not saying that you will, you can retake it because you took it your sophomore year. Okay, retake it your junior year. Also, it just alleviates a lot of the stress from your senior year. So that senior year, okay, I'm graduating. Okay, I'm good. And I would say that is something that I'm so thankful for. I took summer classes as well. You don't have to take summer classes, to be honest. Especially if you're on track. If you take 15 hours every semester, you do not have to take summer classes. But if you do want to, especially if you double major and you have another minor you want to add on or something, or you just want to graduate early, I would recommend it. Summer classes are so peaceful. You can take them at community college and they're cheaper than your tuition. You can take them at your regular school, and I promise you, I loved summer school because it was just so peaceful. It's fast, but I took 6 hours almost every summer. And so I took one class the first term, another class the second term. And I was in there from like 11 to maybe 12, and then I'm done with my day. And not 11, it was probably like 10 to like 12. And I was done with my day. And I think I enjoyed that so much. Summer schooler is definitely one of my favorite parts of college. And I think it's a hidden gem. The get-togethers during summer, if you've been in summer school, you just know. And so now you're hitting your senior year. We're hitting senior year, and we are going to apply some powder. Something that I didn't start doing till about senior year, because when I first started using powder, Can you say ghostly? I was getting my powder, but can you say ghostly? That's what I used to look like, a ghost. I actually didn't use powder for a good majority of my college career until I got my Laura Mercier and my Maybelline Fit Me, which is what I'm using now. I'm using my Elf blush brush and my Maybelline Fit Me to set my face, to set that highlighted area. And when you're at senior year, this is the time that I want to say no regrets. Now, you don't want to have any regrets in life. You don't want to have any regrets in college. At all, at any point. But I think that when you're about to graduate, if there's anything that's left on that list that you have not done, maybe you haven't been a part of an organization you want to join. Maybe you didn't get to do that pageant. Even though senior year a little late, but still, maybe you didn't get to talk to that guy, or you want to talk to this guy, and you about to leave for go back home, all of that. Make sure you do all of that. You don't want to look back and be like, I wish I would have talked to him when I had the chance. I wish I would have did that pageant when I had the chance. I wish I would have been a part of this. I wish I would have went to that game. Go to all the games. Go to all the stuff. Do everything that you want to do. Have no regrets. And for me, I made that bucket list senior year of like, all right, this is what we doing. This is what we doing, because we not about to have no regrets up in her. Okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, loosen up. Loosen up, baby. It is your senior year. Stop being so tight. Stop being so stressed. You are leaving. You're about to get okay? So be happy. Loosen up. And the easiest way to loosen up is to let go of the reins. Let go. Just let it go. Pass the baton on. Your junior year, while you're being a leader and you're mentoring, you are preparing these people who are under you to replace you. You have picked these people. You have showed them what good leadership is. You have left them in good hands. And that is what you're going to continue to do senior year. But your senior year, you are leaving. You're not going to be there next year. They can call you, they can text you, but you're not going to actually be on campus. So you want to make sure that you are training them to do what you need them to do, so that your organization that you're a leader of, or whatever you have started that you were a leader of, can run smoothly without you. What you don't want to do is leave your organization and then everything becomes a mess. Because now sometimes it is that the people that you put into place didn't stick. But also I think that the longevity of your organization, especially after you were the president or anything, it speaks volumes to who you are. So, and how you were as a leader. And I think that that's important. Think about this senior year. What mark do you want to leave? What do you want people to say when they talk about you? And that's for your college in general. One thing that I wanted to do was make sure that I left my mark on Prairie View and that I left something that I could be proud of. And your senior year is when you really start reflecting on that and think about that. And if you haven't did anything, do something. Find you a mentee and just really put yourself into helping somebody. It doesn't have to be on the big level. It doesn't have to be a full organization. It doesn't have to be this great grand scheme of things to where, oh, I was in this pageant and I did all these things and I was in 5 organizations and I was this and I did all of that, and a lot of times it drives you crazy. You can have 2-3 people that you mentor on campus that you know have the same major as you, and you know that you might can help them, and that does something. And passing on information, because this is what I will say. Because a lot of people, I'm in that in-between era, in between old PV and new PV. So I'm not technically old PV, but I'm not technically new PV. Old PV is probably like 2017. Like 2017, maybe 2018 could be classified as that. I'm 2019. I think that 2021, really, like 2022, 2021, but really like 2021, that's like new PV or whatever. And I came in between that era. And one thing that I can say about this, though, and this argument of new PV and old PV, that I'm going to always be team new school. And this is why. The new school and the new generation are a reflection of the previous generation's leadership. So if the newer generation is acting crazy, or if the newer generation is not representing you and the way that you believe that it should, you have to reflect on your mentorship. Because what are your mentees doing? They're a part of that new generation. What are they doing? How are you towards them? Are you actually kind, or are you condescending? Maybe that's why the newer generation isn't really taking a hold or grasping what you're saying. And I do get it, because sometimes the new generation, they have a hard head. But think about how you were when you were a freshman. A lot of us have hard heads. A lot of us, I feel like it's from the beginning of time, there's always been this argument of the younger generation being disrespectful, all of those things. And I think that a lot of times it's because we're just different. They just do things differently. And that's something that I really had to learn my senior year, to realize that this is not my technically my organization anymore. And there's gonna be certain ways that they want to run it that I might not agree with, and I'd have to be okay with that, because I'm not running it. Now I'm so proud of my babies that run GMC, because they do the thing. Okay, let me start back on my makeup before I forget. I'm gonna bronze my face using my sculpt shade from my Black Radiance and F20 AOS Studios brush. Back to what I was saying though, I'm so proud of them, and even if I wasn't, which I could not imagine, I can't really have a say on how they're running that organization. They're doing the best they can with what they have, and that's all that I can wish for them. We're about to get into this highlight, and I'm gonna go old school, and I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter and crown of my canopy. Of my canopy. And I'm going in with a fan brush, and this is an AOA Studios F17. I used to always just use fan brushes. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, and I sort of went on a rant just because I feel like that happens a lot, not just with PV, not just with college, but I think that a lot of times when it's a change, especially a generational change, we get a little caught up in that generational change, and we just act a little cray-cray. So I just had to bring us older folks back down to where we're supposed to be at, and to tell y'all younger folks, please don't fall into that category. And the last thing that I had to say about college, senior year basically, is to not get caught up in other people's traditions. Like, don't stress yourself out in other people's traditions. And what I mean by that is, I was stressed out senior year a little bit because I didn't have a show. I didn't know much about grad shoots. I was kind of stressing about that. My grad cap was not decorated. I got invitations at the last minute. All of these things. But I had not a lot of people in my family have graduated college. I'm one of the first, especially of my generation. And my sister didn't have any of that. Well, I think she had a show, but I don't think she had like invitations. It's just a lot of stuff that we just didn't do. And so, a grad shoot, none of that. So, I was just a little overwhelmed, and I had to sit back and realize that, like, why am I stressing myself out over this? Do I care if I have a show? No, I don't need one. A stole show, Javi said. I don't need one. That's not even something that we even do over here. If it's something you do, like, of course, but do it for you. Don't do it because, oh, everybody has it. Oh, my mom. All of that type of stuff. Like, do it because you want it. Don't have a grad party because everybody has a grad party and stress yourself out over something that you don't even really want. That you're really doing because people say that you should. Girl, don't do that. I'm putting on mascara now, you guys. College is a learning experience. I think that you find yourself a lot because you're in that in-between space of being an actual, you're adult, but you're in between. You should have time to kind of find yourself in between. Take this time to really get to know yourself and really get to think about, what do you want to do. I'm not really one for what I want to do for the rest of my life, because I don't see myself doing anything for the rest of my life. But what do you see yourself majorly doing? And be honest with yourself. You don't want to be catching up post-grad the things that you were supposed to be doing in in school. Like, I really wish that I would have took advantage of my mass communication courses a lot more. And I would have networked with those people. And I would have got on camera more. And I would have recorded more films. And all of these things that I didn't do because I was on the track to go to law school, because I thought that that was the best thing for me to do. Even my junior year, where I was starting to realize that I didn't want to go to law school, it scared the mess out of me. Now, I want to say one last thing, and I really need you to listen to this before you go. I really need you to listen to this. There is no such thing as graduating on time. I'm going to repeat that for the people in the back. There's no such thing as graduating on time. I say that because life happens. life happens within those 4 years. I have had friends who have had to sit a year out and come back. So they're not graduating in 2019 with me. They're graduating in 2020. I've had friends who added 2 minors and changed their major. And so they didn't graduate in 2019 with me. They graduated, they might be graduating in 2020, 2021. We don't know, but they're trying to get on track. I have friends that didn't graduate in May with me. They're graduating in December because, they failed some courses or that something happened and they could only take this course at this time. But that is okay. That is okay. The main thing is that you're getting your degree and you're doing what you need to do. And you're not comparing yourself to people, because I was telling my friend this, and I believe this so much. Some people look at me and saw me graduating on time and thought, wow, this girl is just amazing. They saw all the things. I was vice president of 2 organizations, then became president of organization. I competed in 2 pageants. I was involved in 5 or more organizations. I graduated with above a 3.0. I graduated in that 4-year span. I was doing all these things. I was actually really on track to go to law school and all of this, and just involved in different things and really getting into the groove of things, being an involved student. And they looked at that, and I have some friends that envy that, and it's like, I'm looking at them like, at least you have a plan of what you're doing after school. I would have much rather, well, let me not say much rather, because everything happens in time and I couldn't do any more school. So let me not say much rather, but I think that it's just as important, and I think that she made a good decision for her by just saying, I'm gonna stay here these extra years and be prepared for the career that I want to do. And she's graduating knowing what schools I'm gonna apply for, what schools I'm gonna go to, how I'm gonna pay for this school. Having a plan and not having to sit a whole year out. She doesn't have to sit a whole year out to figure out life. If she has to, that's okay, but she doesn't, because she already knows what she's doing, and some of my friends are already in that field, working in the things that they want to do. Don't get me wrong, it is good to graduate in 4 years. That's the recommended amount, and that's the amount of time that you usually need to graduate. You usually need around 120 hours to graduate, roughly, and you could do that in that amount of time. Going spring and fall semester 15 hours in 4 years. Yes, you can. But don't beat yourself up if you don't. You are doing the best you can with what you have. And that is what you have to know. You are doing the best you can with what you have. And even if you did not do the best you can with what you had, you cannot go back. You wasted that whole year. You can't get that year back. You failed 3 courses. You cannot get those courses back. The only thing you can do is progress. You go get a grade replacement. You make sure that I go to my advisor and I don't waste any more years at this university. You make sure you get out as effectively as you can. And that is really where I'm going to leave this at, because I've already gave y'all a lot and I really have went into preacher mode, y'all. If you enjoyed this talk, if you enjoyed this simplistic college rush makeup look, give me a thumbs up. If you have any tips on surviving college, make sure you comment them down below. And if you have any questions about college survival, maybe I didn't go over certain things in here because there is a lot, like financial aid and other things that I didn't really get to go through. These are just like rough outlines of some survival things, especially like social and kind of balancing school and grades type of thing. But comment down below if you have any other questions that you would like to ask me. I'll be free to answer, or anybody else can come in and answer. Make sure that you share this video with other people so that we can grow more members into the potato family. I really appreciate y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing to my channel, and really sharing the love and sharing my YouTube channel. I put a lot of work into these 12 days of Slay. So I really appreciate every amount of support that I get. Whether it is just one person watching every video, I appreciate you. And last but not least, I need y'all to do one more thing for me. And y'all know what it is. You already know what it is, right? Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you can what? Grow with your girl, so you can grow with your girl, so you can grow with your girl, break it down, break it down, break it down, I didn't do my usual song at the end where I say subscribe to my channel so you can grow with your girl. So I just gave it to y'all just now so that y'all can get that, because I don't want to deprive y'all of that. That's rude. Peace and hair.